All right, let's just jump right in. If you're a financial advisor, I've got a question for you. What makes your business actually valuable? I mean, really valuable. Now, I know the conventional wisdom points to a couple of big, shiny numbers, but what if all of that is just wrong? Today, we're going to tear that idea down and talk about what builds true, sellable enterprise value.
And this is it, right? This is the scorecard everyone in the industry uses. How big is your AUM? What's your top-line revenue? It makes sense on the surface, doesn't it? It feels like the right way to measure success, but here's the thing.
Nope, it just doesn't. Those numbers, they're vanity metrics. They look good, but they don't tell you the real story. They don't get to the heart of the durable, lasting value of the business you've poured your life into.
So here's the secret, the thing that changes the entire game. Real value, the kind a buyer will pay a huge premium for. It comes from one thing and one thing only, a business that can run like clockwork, whether you're there or not. It all comes down to your systems. And that brings us to this huge problem, a trap that so many advisors fall into. We'll call it the owner-reliant trap. And believe me, it might feel comfortable, but it's basically a dead end for building real long-term wealth.
Just think about it for a second. If you decided to take a 3-month sabbatical, what would happen? Would everything run just as smoothly? If you wanted to sell up and retire tomorrow, what's actually for sale? For a lot of advisors, the honest answer is not much. And when you are the business, the value just evaporates the second you walk out the door.
And check this out. This chart just lays it out perfectly. Over on the left, you've got a practice. It's built on your charisma, your personal touch. It's fragile. And the valuation, it's pretty much capped. Maybe you'll get 1 times revenue if you're lucky. But on the right, that's an enterprise. It's built on documented, repeatable systems. It's durable. And just look at that valuation multiplier. We are talking 3, 4, up to 8 times revenue. Why? Because the system is the asset, not you. Okay, so how do we get there? How do we build that incredible asset? Well, it starts with creating what you can think of as a behavioral engine. This thing is the absolute heart of a high-value business.
And this is what we mean. It's about building ironclad systems for literally everything. How you get client results, how you market, how your team operates, that work the same way every single time. They run whether you're having a great day, a bad day, or you're on a beach somewhere. The system just executes.
Let's be really clear about this. A potential buyer isn't just buying your client list. They're not buying your fancy new tech stack. They are buying predictability. They are paying for a machine that they know will produce consistent results month after month. They are buying your documented, proven systems. All right, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. How do you actually build this thing? It really comes down to a few key pillars. And it's all about shifting your mindset from being the one doing all the work to being the one who designs the system that does the work.
You know what's so interesting? It's a total identity shift. You don't build massive value down at the bottom of this ladder as an order taker. The value gets created as you climb, moving from a salesperson to a planner, then a coach, and ultimately to a steward and a leader who manages the entire system. That journey, and the proof of it, is what a buyer is actually paying that huge multiple for.
And this means you have to start measuring what really matters. So forget the vanity metrics. A real enterprise tracks behavioral data. So instead of obsessing over AUM, you track an alpha score. That's a KPI for your own critical behaviors. Instead of just counting leads, you create cue cards that document your decision-making process. You keep an AI journal to prove the system is running. This is the evidence that shows a buyer your success isn't just luck, it's engineered.
So you see, it all comes down to tangible building blocks. You need a documented operating rhythm for your team. You need to capture your decision logic. You need to track the right data. You need to create tangible assets every single week that prove the machine is working. This is the stuff that makes your business truly transferable. It's what makes you, the owner, wonderfully optional.
And when you do all this work, you achieve the ultimate transformation. You finally make that leap from running a practice to owning a true, sellable enterprise.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? You can't hustle your way to a 5x valuation. The real exponential growth happens when your business becomes so predictable, so systematized, that those systems become a permanent part of its DNA. And this, right here, this is the prize. This is the difference between a business built on a personality and a business built on a process. It isn't a small jump. It is a fundamental, life-changing leap in what your business is actually worth.
And that's really the end game. Your skills, your charisma, your relationships, they don't go away. They just stop being the single point of failure that the whole structure rests on.
They become the awesome bonus, the cherry on top of an already powerful standalone asset. The system is the backbone. So let's end with this. I want you to really think about it. When you look at what you've built honestly, is it a durable asset that could thrive without you? Or is it really just a high-paying job that disappears the day you stop working? Because the answer to that question, well, that determines everything.